Good day, spiritual people. This is All Things Spirituality with Cyril Pilkington. This is not an interview, this is a conversation between two people, me getting to know about the next person, her beliefs, her spiritual views. So today we have a special guest. She's a lovely person to be around. And then me starting the podcast, I think she had an influence on that because whenever we spoke, she was she she caught my attention for total spirituality. So today I have a guest, Gogo Mpumelelo. How are you? Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So, can you introduce yourself? Who are you? What do you do?
Okay. I'm Gogo Mpumelelo, but my name is Tulufelo. I'm from Northwest. I grew up there in Rustenburg. I went to school there, and from there I came to Joburg and went to school as well. And currently I'm working in accounts. I have 2 kids, 2 lovely kids, and a partner. Stay together. Yeah.
Wow. So you're a traditional healer.
Yes, I'm a traditional healer. Well, basically, I would say I'm Inyanga, traditional healer. Well,
So what's the difference between Inyanga and a traditional healer?
okay, so what I believe, I would say that anybody can be a traditional healer. You know, traditional healer is you get taught of the medicines and all of that, multi whatever. And then Inyanga it's a gift, it's something that you just don't wake up and decide to be an Inyanga. It's a gift from ancestors. It's a gift that you see more than what a traditional healer will give you medicine. You have pain there, you need all of that. A traditional healer will do that, but Inyanga, you prophesize Amasako and all of that. I get further and further of in your life, knowing what's wrong. Yeah, basically.
Okay, so Inyanga,
Yes.
Okay, so you had a calling. It's a gift.
Yes.
How you knew that you had that gift in school, or you had a dream, or how?
Well, at first I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what was wrong, all of that. You see, when you're young, some things don't really make sense to you, but your parents and the people around you who know about this will know that this one has this and all of that. So I came about knowing about it, like accepting it. Let me say accepting it now as I'm old and a parent. So how I was told as well, I was prophesied that this is what's going on because of how I was living. I'm a very quiet person. I was sickly and all of that. And by 2020, I was forced to actually go do this because I was disabled. Like I couldn't walk, I couldn't use my hands. So literally, I went to Ukuthwasa, not walking, not using my hands. That's how I ended up being here.
So that's how you got your calling. Being disabled, not being able to walk. That's when you got
the
your
calling is how I got it. Is that it starts with dreaming. You dream. Certain people that when you tell your parents, those people passed away so long time ago. And you see people, and then you're like, if you tell your parents, I saw this person, and they'll explain, oh, this person, and you see, they give you direction in your dreams. You have direction. You see certain things that are related to being younger. Like a masapu, you dream that, you dreams things, and then they'll happen, and you'll be like, then this happens, it's like deja vu. And then as it goes and goes, you start being able to feel certain things. Sometimes you're aware, sometimes you're not aware. You just feel, we'll say, moody, but that's how you grow into it, and there's certain things, dreams, and that show you.
So after that, being disabled, not being able to walk, you went to someone to help you.
Yes.
You went to go Ukuthwasa.
Yes.
Ukuthwasa, it's initiation being young or traditional healer.
Yeah, Sangoma basically.
How's the process of Ukuthwasa?
Oh,
What do you do? Like, you give your beads, or you have dreadlocks, or what? Like, tell me about the process.
oh, it's
Or you stay in the mountain for
no,
certain time.
not really. You see, the thing is now everything is so modern. People are modernizing things, but there's still people in the villages that still do things, like the traditional way. How when you get into initiation, you become a nyanga. You still do it traditionally as before. So I went back at home. So when I couldn't walk and all of that, so we went to see somebody, and that person told me straight they can't help me. They can't help me. There's nothing they can do for me. I need to do what I need to do. I know. And I knew, it's just that I don't want to. It's not something you jump into. It's like, hey, I'm going to be in Yango and all of that. So, yeah, then that person told me, and then they told me what to do, and then I was given direction where to go, basically, where to go to get help.
And then you went there.
And then I went there.
And then when you were there, how long it took for you to travel?
So, it took me, I was there for like 8 months.
8 months?
Yeah.
Like 8 months there?
8 months.
So, where is that place? It's in the mountains, in the
No,
villages?
it's in the villages back at home, Ramukoka State. That's where I grew up.
So, in that 8 months, what are you doing?
You stay there, basically. You stay
with,
there.
With who? Other people that are initiating?
Yeah.
Like,
So when I got there, I was the first one, and others had left, so I was the only one. So when I got there, you stay with Ikobela Yako for the whole time. You stay at her place, and then they teach you the whole thing and all of that. But they don't really, I wouldn't say they teach you. They guide you with your gift. Yeah, they guide you on how get your gift fully and be able to use it. Because before then you'll have a dream, you don't know what it means, or you will have this chills on your body, or you'll be having.
Then they know what to do. When
they know how to help you know what's going on.
So I'm a Kobela, the traditional healers or Inyam? That's a good question.
I'll say Inyanga, it's also a traditional healer. There's people who there's different kinds. So there's those people who only work with medicine, traditional medicine. I would say, in my opinion, those are traditional healers. Do you understand? Because they work with traditional medicine. You walk into their shop or their house and you say, I have pain in my belly, or I have this, and then they know what to mix for you and give you.
So they both, because now I'm digressing. I was asking you the actual process of initiating.
Yeah.
Sorry to digress. So the traditional healers or Inyanga or the both, the everything.
Yeah, Inyanga is because works with medicine, and also the thing
Masapo,
is they see, they prophesize and all of that. So what I'm saying is, traditional healer, you can just be a traditional healer. You can just know about traditional muti, and then just help people you have this, I'll give you that, or this, without having to utlola or yeah.
So the process of you were there, and then you were alone because the others had left, and then you found your Kobela, and then what were you doing? Like they taught you how to bones, they taught you what? Because maybe there's someone there watching now, and then he had this. He feels like he or she feels like they have a calling.
You see, one thing when I got there, one thing I would say that I'm thankful for is that they taught me how to pray.
You didn't know how to pray?
No. I prayed just for praying, but they taught me how to pray.
Okay, and then
that's one thing that I found valuable in my life. That before you just pray but when you get there, you go back to as a living. They take you back to living, not surviving. They take you back to living. You live so simple. Everyday thing grows you. It kind of guides you in life. You stop for a second and you realize that No, man, like this is living. This I can do this. I can live like this. So when you get there, basically, you stay there and then you do all the duties you're assigned to, and then they help you with, obviously they'll use traditional medicines and all of that to help you kind of like be able to fully grow into inyanga that you need to be. Yeah.
So they teach you also this candle, the white one, measles, the blue.
Yeah, they
Um,
basically that's what
and
they.
then the smoothie is for what? The smoothie is for this.
Yeah, so there will be multi and all of that because in there's ndomba, like you sleep in there, you see all this muti and all of that, and they'll teach you the smoothies for this and this. But as you grow into it, you kind of like start using things in your own way because now you are in that position where you can say I'm a sangomora and Nyanga, you understand?
Yeah.
Like you don't rely on them saying, oh, this person needs help, mix that and that and that. It kind of like it's in you now. You get here now and you need help, and I'm like, okay, this isn't me. Like, you remember we work with Amatlozi, so they will always guide you. They will never lead you astray.
Our ancestors, right?
Yes.
Okay, those that lived before from your family.
Yes.
Okay, so you believe in an amadlos,
Acknowledge ancestors, yes.
and then what do you believe to?
Who do I believe? I believe in God.
Okay, and then after that 8 months, what? Like in that 8 months, did you have communication with the outside world, like your husband, your family, your mom?
No, like so when I went there,
Or they can come there.
they don't allow you completely get out of social media. You need to really connect into. They don't allow social media. You don't go there with the phone. You don't watch TV. You know, all you do your duties, and then because they'll tell you, which makes sense. They'll tell you you're gonna watch TV, you're gonna be on social media. Next thing you're gonna come and say, I dreamed of a dragon or whatever. You're gonna dream things that you watch on TV. So we need you clear with your mind that when your ancestors come and they need to give you something or tell you something, they need to find you in a clear mind, and you shouldn't forget certain things. Yeah.
So, how much is to go and Twasa? How much you have to pay for you to be a traditional healer as Inyang?
Oh, it's a lot of money. It's different. People charge differently. I think excuse me. So as you initiate a lot of people, you grow into a kobela, and then you grow and grow. So I think it's in you how much you want to charge. So where I was, it wasn't so steep, and I was very lucky because the person I went to was a very, very like a traditional person, and she wasn't after money because when I went there, I didn't have money, and she was like, I don't want your money. I don't want money. I want you. Money. Nobody goes to Ukuthwasa with a bag full of money. You can't walk. You can't come, and then that will come. And she was like, if your ancestors they want you to do this, they will make a plan for you.
So, since them, Kobela Wako, they were not after money, more or less, how much you took out from your pocket and paid it. Because I'm asking, there is people that want to go there, but they.
So where I was, I would say I spent about 20 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then from that 20 plus, what do you get? Like bones, multi, clothes?
Yeah, you get your attire and then you get your bones, and then it's your kobela takes you home and all of that. So everything is basically included. So when by the time you are done, you go home. Everything is done for you that needs to be done under that. Yeah. So you have your attire, you have your bones, like medicine, muti, and all of that you buy yourself when you get home. Yeah, you buy yourself and all of that.
Where do you buy those medicine?
Muti shops.
Any multi shop?
Muti shops, But back at home, when I was home, most of the moti we went.
To the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to know when you're there initiating to be a traditional healer in Yanga,
Mm-hmm.
what are you allowed to eat and not eat? Can't be eating anything.
So you can't eat pork.
Pork.
Mm-hmm. And you can't eat beef.
Like beef from the cow, basically.
Yeah. And you know, you need to eat you eat like pap, milk, mroho, spinach. You know, once in a while you eat chicken, but they don't want you eating meat all the time. So we'll have a week where we eat once a day, and then you eat like pap and milk or pap and spinach, whatever, or cabbage, and then next week maybe once a week you eat chicken, pap and chicken and all that. Yeah. So pork is not allowed. Beef, no, they don't want you eating beef. You know.
And then when you're smoking, maybe like you're smoking weed, I know weed is allowed there. What do Sangomas use weed, marijuana for? Because I heard like weed, they take it
The thing
as
is,
a medicine.
weed is medicine.
Medicine.
Weed is medicine. I mean, we use it for we use it for a lot of things, and black people have been using weed for years and years, and we do use it. We use it a lot when
Because us, especially me, I smoke weed. I use it to
calm yourself.
calm myself,
Yeah.
and then also for anxiety. I have like anxiety problems. And then y'all, what do you use it for?
So we don't just use wheat alone. We mix it with other things, and then we'll burn it, and then you inhale the smoke and all. But not it's not an everyday thing.
So if you smoke, it's not a problem. You can smoke your
No, they'll tell you we're different. Our ancestors are different. They'll tell you, whoever is like guiding you, the ancestor that's guiding you or giving you this gift, one like used to smoke this, and when that person, you know, when you're in that position where you need to, I don't know how to put it, you need to like kind of like get into what's younger mode or whatever. Or sometimes when we have events, especially when we have events, as you know, ceremony like sangomas and all of that, some smoke cigars, some smoke cigarettes, some smoke weed. I use sniff. Yeah.
Okay.
I use sniff.
And then, as you said, when you had your calling, you went to someone and that someone said they can't help you, and then you managed to find help. So, how do you know that I should go to this person and help me? Because now, as much as there's false prophets, maybe there's false people. So, how do you know to not go to the wrong person? That's my question.
Okay, so I think we have instincts as people, you know. You go to a person and something should tell you, man, that this person is telling me the truth. This person is just, and in my opinion, when you go to a sangoma or a nyango, when you get to it, you need to feel, you need to feel that, yeah, I'm gonna get help. You need to feel something needs to talk to you. You need to feel something. So for me, I dream like it was through dreams. Most of my things were.
They showed you to a dream.
Yes. So my dream.
To
yeah.
A person.
But like I dreamed about this person who was sitting and eating in the woods and all of that, and I told my mother, "This is where I'm going. This person is where I'm going. This is where I'm gonna get help." When you get there, that person normally is not shocked. They'll be like, "Okay, I've been waiting for you." Yeah.
So, because I noticed that most traditional healers and Inyang, they female.
Not really.
Like
Maybe the ones you've met,
female,
maybe you've
like,
met
only
female.
maybe 2% out of 100 that are male. So is it for women or anyone who can?
No, it's not for any gender. It's for anybody who has it. If you have a
But
calling.
why mostly these women? Because I know like African spirituality, it's led by women, but most of the people, it's.
Or maybe you
They're
have
female.
met more females, but there is a lot of men. There
Okay.
is a lot of men who are, yeah, trust me, there is a lot.
And then, as I was researching like some questions I need to ask you, I came across Kanye Mbao trended, and then what she said like there's a trend.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be now. Bunyanga, it's cool. Like even your celebrities, those you see that that's why I didn't expect them. I can name drop like also to Abantu, Poiti, and them, and then starting to feel like now
It's fashion.
It's fashion, and because of that they fall. It's just
You
for
want to
the
get me
image.
in trouble. Okay, so I also saw what okay,
Trended.
I saw what
What's your
she
take?
said.
What's your take on that?
Oh, people have different opinions, and I would say
My take on that is that my take on that is that now like it's becoming a scam. Other people are scam. They are genuine people, even like the pastors.
that's
they
the
are.
thing there will always be a good thing and a bad thing, and
Yeah.
there will always be this good thing, and then there are people who will take the good thing
Exactly.
and use it in a very, very wrong way.
With me, I feel like Bona Gogo about Zota Bawandu and Poiti and them they scam. So what's your take on that?
I wouldn't say, because we don't know what led them to get where they are, and I don't think to be a Sangoma, it's a huge responsibility. I don't think I don't want to think or believe that anybody would just choose to be a Sangoma just because everybody I don't want to believe that. What I would say is that like you said, there are prophets who are scams, and there are prophets who are genuine. So I think some prophets they're taking advantage of this whole Sangoma thing, and some people are not actually prophets. They're making money out of it. So I think some prophets, they don't really explain to other people. You see, you come to me and then I will, prophesize you, or use a masapo, and I'll see, okay, Cyril, his background, ancestors, they have, Onyanga or Sangoma or whatever. I'll see the ones who are, or whatever, your ancestors. However, I think when other prophets portray it to the second person, they'll say, "Oh, I see, or whatever." Automatically, the other person will think, "Oh, I need to Ukuthwasa." Understand? So sometimes it's, I know kobo mewaka, hona le dingaka before our time, hona le dingaka, even after Ukuthwasa, hona le dingaka. Understand? So it means basically we have that blood yabungaka. Understand? So I can go to you as a Sangoma and say, it doesn't mean if it's not time for me, it doesn't mean ultimately I'll have it because it's part of my ancestral history.
So what you're saying now is that them they genuine.
I would say they're genuine because I wouldn't want somebody to say, I wouldn't want to say they're not genuine. I don't know their background. I don't know their story.
Okay, what Kanye Mbao was saying, was he saying the right thing or he was just
Okay, so
bullshitting?
Kaimbo, I agree and I disagree.
You not?
Okay, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Choose one.
I'll tell you why. I can't pick one
Okay,
because
justify.
Yeah, I agree, and the reason why I agree, more of what she says makes sense. Understand? It makes sense. Sometimes you just need to talk. You know, sometimes you are haunted by the things that you think every time you're alone. You're thinking of this, you're seeing this, you envy that, you envy this, and it affects you physically, affects your peace. It affects your mind, and you start, probably dreaming of certain things or trying or living a certain way, and you believe that,
That's why
this
you
is the
agree.
way. That's why I agree. Disagreeing, I'd say, you know, it's not always the case. We all never know. You never know. That's the thing. When I say I disagree, that you never know. Sometimes she should understand that some people did it to save their lives. Sometimes people, sometimes you can go initiate and not work because you wanted that peace.
So
It's something that is there. You wanted that peace. You could feel there's something missing in you, and in doing this, kind of like will give you peace.
So I shouldn't say that they are scam.
No.
Scammers. Okay. So how do you spot that this one is a genuine inyanga, this one is not?
Well, that's a difficult one. As
How? Like how? How?
Okay, so you see with me.
By their appearance, but what they say, or when they taking your money, like how? Like for sure a lot of people want to know.
There's no
And
telling.
you're the best person to answer this.
There's no telling. I mean, me, I'd say, as a Sangoma, as a Nyaga, like being able to prophesize and being able to see something, like for me, having done this, I'll be able to tell that, that's why when you go to a Sangoma or Nyaga, we're able to tell you, you need to Ukuthwasa, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be able to tell, okay, this one is genuine, this one, there's no such thing. This
By
just
you able to tell by your gut feeling.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like when you go to Inyanga, when you get inside, when you you need to feel something. You need to feel something.
If you don't feel something, it's a scam.
Well, it might be you have a problem. It's not a scam. You might have a whole lot going wrong with you.
Or it's a scam.
Oh, it's a scam. So like you can never tell. Let me be honest. You can never really tell which one is genuine, whatever. You just go with your guts most of the time, and But the problem is now it's getting ruined. Even I respect my gift, but lately I'll tell my partner like I'm even starting to get scared of showing it. I'll try to hide my beads and all of that because what you said, like there's a lot of them now, and people are believing it's a scam, that everybody's just because it's fashion. It's not. Some of us, I'm not mentioning it, but I'm saying some of us, what we went through for us to go initiate. It's, you hear people saying being Inyanga, like it's a fashion. It really hurts you because you're thinking, there I was, I couldn't walk. I went to doctors, they couldn't. I at some point a day I would take about 5 grandpas with a headache that I would never sleep. I'll scream. At some point, some days you just you swear you'll just be a potato, because that's my experience. I couldn't do anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
So one thing I know, you have the most beautiful children I've seen, like your boy and your girl Riva. How old is Riva?
She will be 5 months. Yeah.
She's beautiful. So my question is, can Sangoma or Ubunyanga or African spirituality be inherited? Your gift, as you have a gift, can Ureva, when she's grown up, inherit that gift from you?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, but it's not always the case. I can be younger, and then you find that none of my kids have it. It does not mean automatically if I have it, they will, yes, they will have that, bloodline of there's a Sangoma, there's a Nyaga, their mother. But if the ancestors did have not chosen them to work, to go initiate, you know, it will be there, but it is not for them to use. Do you understand?
So, as a parent, would you advise them to go the path that you took, or they must stay away from
They
it?
must stay so far away. They
I
must stay
wasn't
so
expecting
far
this.
away.
Why you say so?
And look, where I am, the thing is, there's never enough answers when it comes to this. There's never enough answers. You can never have enough answers. Nobody can ever answer you on everything, in anything that has to do with being young. You have
Even your Kobela.
even your Kobela, even
Can-
her herself will have, I'm sure they have questions themselves. There's certain things. Remember, this is a gift you're given. You're basically not in control of it.
Mm.
Do you understand? You can wake up tomorrow and it's gone.
It's not like a talent.
No.
Talent is yours.
Yeah.
But a gift.
Yeah. So this is a gift. So tomorrow you can wake up, it's gone. You try Hotula Masapo and you're not seeing anything, or you try to prophesize, you're not seeing it's not yours.
So between the two, as a spiritual person, who do you see that? Hey, this one. Hey, this one is going this path.
Which one? My kids?
Yeah, between junior baby boy or even a newborn.
I'd rather not say. I feel like saying will just make them. It will just bring it closer. So
Okay. I know.
I know, but I pray for them every day.
How many times you pray a day? Because I know with Muslims, daily prayers 5 times, and then with.
Well, I think praying is a choice as well. It's like I always tell my partner, what you believe in works for you. I believe in prayer. I believe.
So you pray how many times a day?
Whenever I feel like praying, I pray. Even at night, I would wake up and I'll pray. It is one thing that I look at my life before initiation and what I went through. And when I got there, I believe so much that, prayer did so much for me without me realizing. And it's one thing I never forget to do. That's what I'm saying. If there's one thing I'm thankful for going to initiation was
they taught you how to pray.
They taught me how to pray.
Wow, they should learn from this. That when you go there, definitely you can know how to pray. So I'm asking now that, like, speaking of, because you're an accountant, you work in a corporate job.
Yeah, I do accounts.
Accounts
administrator, yeah.
Okay, and then speaking on the stigma, because there's this stigma. Also, me, I had it when I was growing up that, hey, those people, those Sangoma, I must be scared.
Yeah.
And then you get judged a lot, or maybe like your bosses or people that you work with, they try to distance themselves from you because you are. How's the judgment on being a?
Okay, so before I answer you, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. That I want my kids to stay away from it. The reason why I also was running away from it all those years.
It's the judgment.
It's the judgment. I was scared of, because I remember the time Ukuthwasa. Baba mkhulu wami antshela makufika ukuthi
Mkhulu, which is your grandfather.
Baba mkhulu wami he's Kobela to my Kobela.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the one who initiated my Kobela.
Okay.
So I remember when I got there, he told me that from today you must know your name, Kimuloi. In a sense.
Mloi means?
A witch, basically. So that's one thing that I kept running away, because even when you grow up as kids and you see Sangomas, whatever, there's that thing.
I was
You
that
don't
kid.
play with those kids.
I was
They're
a
from
kid.
yeah.
I was a
Don't
kid.
go near. That was my fear, and my fear was for my kids, that I'm gonna go initiate and I'm gonna come back, and then other kids won't want to play with them and say, "Oh, your mother's Sangoma. No, you shouldn't go to Junior's house." All of that. That was my fear.
So, do you get the judgments now?
No, no. Well,
Oh, you
not
managed
that, not that
to
I've
live
heard
with
it.
it.
So going back to the question you asked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the office is
Yeah.
that there'll be people there who gossip about it, but they'll never really. But there'll be those ones who welcome it. Those ones who want to know more, who just excited about, oh, this, finally there's a someone we can ask her this and this, not to come khotlola and all of that. Have conversations with you. I have a lot at work that ask me, like, they're very interested, about my journey and all of that. So you have those people who will just talk there by the corner and distance themselves, slowly but surely, and you have those who just, they just traditional. They just want to know. They know they grew up in this. They're black people. Yeah, they just want to know, like, oh, this is something.
So the judgment is not a factor. It's just something.
Yeah, I don't know. Judgment is the thing is,
Who do you get a judgment from a lot? Is our Western brothers, brothers, or the kids, or the elders? Where's the judgment coming from the most?
I hate to say this, but most of the time judgment comes from family, from relatives, from family. And most of the time, family is they're the first people who will, they'll pull back and be like, why is she younger? Like, what's going on? Instead of coming and say, let us understand, trying to find out and all of that. To be honest, most of the time,
It comes from family.
it comes from family. It always starts with family.
And then how long have you been seeing your partner, the one you with?
When we met, he was 26. It was, I think, 2013. We've been together we're going to do 11 years this year.
And you went in
No.
Mpumelelo. So how did he take it? Because me last year, I was seeing a traditional healer. Didn't work out, but I used to get judgment a lot from my friends, from my people that I work with. When I'm walking with her, when they were staring, like, people were like,
There's always going to be that. Like, even when I work
felt
with
it.
yeah.
I wasn't the one, but I felt it.
Yeah. No.
So how did your partner take it? Like,
one thing about my partner, he is the most supportive and calmest person that I know. Because when we met, I tried to hide it. Because there'll be times where I'll just disappear for like 4 days or whatever. You understand? Because I'll be having all these headaches, my feet and all of that. And then there came a time where kind of like, and then every time I would sleep at his place, and then he would wake me up. I'll be dreaming and I'll be screaming and all of that, or I'll be talking. Oh, you told me in the morning you were talking last night. You were saying, And then I told him, and to my surprise, he wasn't shocked. And he supported me. And to be honest, I didn't want to go, even when I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
He pushed me to go.
So, in other words, you're saying when you're going this path, you need to find a supportive.
You need support. You need support.
From your partner.
Yes. Well, there'll be partners where you go for initiation of Ukuthwasa, and then you come back, they ran away.
Yeah.
Probably thinking, oh, she'll do this and this when she comes back and all of that. But I think for me, because I went, when I went, we were already together, and for long, we had already developed the trust, together, and we already had my firstborn, my son. So we already had the trust, and he wasn't really traditional person. So a lot of things, when we met, he'll see me pasha, and he'll be like, what you doing? I'm like, no, I'm talking to my ancestors,
Oh, pasha is talking to your ancestors.
Yes.
Okay. So With me, when I was seeing those traditional
Mhm.
healer that I was seeing, the most thing that I was scared of is that if she can put something in my food so that I love
Yeah.
more. Like Ukuthwasa, like me, like maybe I think that's the thing that made us not to be together. Because she tried coming with food and I never ate the food. I rather give it to someone else, you see.
Why?
Because I didn't want, there's this thing that Ukuthwasa in our community, in our culture, which when you put something in the food,
Yeah.
like muti, that someone
was
is
gonna love you and all
So, did you
No, the thing
did
is,
you put something to your
my
partner?
partner will tell you now that even before Ukuthwasa, I used to tell him this. Ne? And this is what I will, I told him I'll never do. Even if somebody comes to me and wants me to do it, even though I know
If someone comes to you and
they
say
they want to do it to their partner, I wouldn't do it. Because this is what I always tell to my partner. I don't believe in altering somebody's destiny. Now, if I'm going to give you something to eat, to love me, I don't know what God planned for you. I don't know how many lives I'm changing. Remember, life is a chain. Your life is connected to that person. There's a reason you came into my life for a certain period. And then there should be time for you to go, just like we died. Time for you to go and somebody enters. So now if I give you something to eat and you are with me, how many lives am I changing? How many things am I blocking? Not only for you,
I understand.
for me as well.
I understand.
Maybe we were supposed to break up after 3 years and I find somebody and then move away or do that. Or you were supposed to meet somebody who's gonna love you, gonna, give you kids and all of that. And then now I alter your destiny, I give you something to eat so you can stay. That's not right.
But
I don't
other
believe
people, they do that, put something in other people's food for them to love them more. They
Well, I'm sure they do. they I don't know, but yes, I'm like as a younger, yes, if somebody comes and say I want to,
Is there
we
much
we
like
are
that?
we are taught, yeah, but it goes with who you are as a person and what you believe in. So it's something that I would never do because, like I said, I don't believe in altering somebody's destiny. I'm ruining a lot of people's lives by doing that. You're gonna stay with me. You could have had a better life. You could have been somewhere else. You could have reached your goals. Now you're with me, and I want you to be like this and stay here. How many things am I blocking for you, and I'm blocking for the other person and the other person and the other person? Like I said, we are a chain. We chain to each other. So I don't believe in that.
Okay, and then there's a message that I got from our social media page. Nkululeko wants to ask that with someone coming for financial enrichment, can you help that person? Like Ukuthwasa, if I want to change like my
Yes.
life, my situation when it comes to money, can you help me with that?
Okay, so we work differently. Okay, there are those Inyangas that do that twala and all of that. They will promise you that they can give you heaven and earth, but and most of the time it comes at a cost. See, I don't. I can. We help you be you. We help you. Live. You know. Like whatever that you'll come for and I see, I will help you. If it's something that's blocking your future, I will help you. But remember, at the end of the day, it's God and ancestors who have the power to get you where you need to be. I can say I'm this powerful, whatever, but that's why I'm saying I believe in God and I acknowledge my ancestors. So I'll never say I have the power to get you rich.
So if I want Ukuthwasa and then I want more money, you can't help me. Not like I'm gonna come.
No, that's not my department.
Okay, what's your department?
I heal people.
When they sick. Or maybe they bewitched, like.
Yeah, when they like they want to have direction. They want direction. They bad about controller. Then I'll tell you about your life, like what's happening. I'll tell you what happened or what's gonna happen and what's happening. You understand? So mostly that's yeah. So I'll tell you all of that and then try give you guide on, tell you like this, don't do that and whatever. Try and do this and all of that. That's me.
How do you see that? Like knowing what's gonna happen or what happened or what's happening now. How do you? I wanna be
You don't-
that. How do you do that?
I'm not. You're not in control of it. You're not in control of. I can say, I'm in control of. I can see whatever. So like I said, how to show both prophesizing le masapo. They will tell you, like masapo will tell you, and then I'll show like go it's okay. There's this and this and this and this, and I'll ask you, has that happened? If it has not happened, rona ha re thosisiwe ba re masapo ha bue maaka. Yeah.
The bones, they don't lie.
They don't lie. Yeah. So if you have no experience of that, it's probably something that's gonna happen. Understand? Sometimes it's not even masapo. Like you can see, you look at this person and you see 1, 2, 3, 4. Like there's this person in this person's life. This person is like this and all of that, and
that was my next question. Like, even someone didn't come and consult with you, and then you see something, do you tell them?
I don't.
You don't.
People are different. I can't just see you and say, "Oh, Cyril, I see so and so is doing so and so. I see there's this guy who's doing this and this and this and this." I think it's disrespectful. I think I would rather maybe come to you and say, can I talk to you? Here's my number. We can meet and whatever. I would want to get your permission.
Okay.
So most of the time, I keep quiet unless the person comes and say, "What are you seeing? Can you tell me?" Whatever and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you go to church and be a healer at the same time?
You should go to church.
You
should go to church.
Like
church, everything works with God.
Christian church.
You should go to any church. I don't see why you shouldn't go. Even like as Sangoma
or Muslim mosque.
You should go to any. Like it's just that we believe in different things, but we all at the beginning we all believe in God. Everything works through God. Whether I'm a Sangoma, whether you're a thief, whether you're whatever you are, we all ask God for strength, right? We all ask God for way of life and all of that. So as a traditional healer, I think you should go to church, because you need to have a conscience. You have compassion. You have to be understanding. When somebody comes to you, say, "Oh, this and this to this and person." Church will teach you compassion. You the harmony when you're there and studying about like the Bible and all of that, and meeting people and all of that. I think you should.
So what do you think is the main purpose for us human beings to be here on earth?
To live. To live. It's something that we're not doing now. We all surviving is to live.
When you say live, can you put the whole concept of that?
Stop trying to control our lives. Stop trying to control what's going to happen tomorrow. Stop trying to control that I want this job, I don't want this job, and then you cry that I went to school for this job, but I'm getting. Stop trying to control and actually live each day.
Or let life be.
Let life be. I think that's what we need to do. Live, but we're not living. I always tell my partner, we're not living. Nowadays we're surviving.
Which is a wrong thing.
That's why we see as if days go fast. Days are not going fast. We living fast. Because
So what's your take on like depression? Is depression it's demonic, it's what? Satanic, or it's a good thing?
Depression.
Suicide. Let me take it deep now. Suicide.
Suicide.
What's your take on suicide? Because I've lost a friend. She committed suicide, and celebrities now like Rick and them.
It's not demonic.
What is it?
It is, like I said, it has to do so much with us not living. We are busy chasing and chasing and chasing, and we are busy trying to compete in life, trying to have everything. We think, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have this. And it affects you here, basically. It affects you mentally, physically, because we keep chasing. When did you ever sit a whole day without social media?
You do.
I haven't been in social media for almost 4 years. I don't even have a smartphone.
WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram?
No, I don't.
YouTube?
No. The only time I see a WhatsApp is when my partner is probably showing me a message, maybe from my mother. But I've never been a social person.
And then what are the benefits of that? Since like 4 years now, anti-social. Because I want to try it, but me it's going to be difficult because I have a business to run and it needs social media to be out there. And then, but I'm going to try like for a month or two. So the benefits of that?
Peace.
Peace.
I have peace. I'm not influenced by anything. Every decision I make,
it's not
my
influenced.
decision. It's not influenced. I don't dress up according to this is the fashion now. I need to wear like that. No. I get up. I wear what I want to wear. I do what I want to do. There's no like.
You don't feel like FOMO, like
No.
you're missing out.
No, not at all. I feel like, thank God. Thank God.
So how are you gonna watch this podcast?
My partner.
It's gonna be on YouTube, like.
My partner. That's what I'm saying. I see everything. He will come say, "Oh, baby, look, this and this happened. Oh, baby, look, there's a killing there. Oh, baby."
So, for someone who's depressed or trying to commit suicide, you advise them to be antisocial, like live social media, watching TV, and everything.
You can't be depressed and then go pour out your depression on social media.
Because especially on Instagram, you're gonna see like people popping champagne,
understand exactly, and you feel like, why is my life not like that?
Buying like luxurious cars,
and you see somebody pose with
someone you went to school with.
Exactly. What does that do to you?
Yeah.
It drives you crazy. Like, why am I not there? Yeah. And you try to rush things and rush things. You end up getting yourself in a mess that you can't even control. And then what happens?
And then you kill yourself.
You want to get yourself out of that mess.
Yeah. So you think Rick and them, it was a mental thing?
Well, I don't think anybody can just
Because my friend, I was in matric, she's a girl, so we were close buddies. Like, she was my best friend, you see. She wasn't my partner, she was my friend. And then finished matric, and in January, and then she committed suicide. In November, when we were writing like finals, she was so happy. I didn't see any
any signs.
Any signs of, and because they hate. Even Rick like was happy, driving a Porsche, wearing expensive clothes, but
we human beings, we're very good at hiding when we're in the crowd. It's just like social media. I'll be here sitting miserable, crying, but I'm gonna post the post like I'm the happiest person in the planet at that moment. Yes. But I'm lying on my bed and I'm thinking, oh God, he dumped me, or oh God, I'm broke. But then I'm gonna post and see like, oh, I'm living the life.
Yeah, like yesterday, I got flowers for my girl, and then there were women coming to me, let me shoot with the flowers, and then post it and say they bought me flowers, and I was like,
exactly. For real? You see, that's one thing I hate about social media, because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of he bought you this. Now you're gonna go on social media and you're gonna see your friend, the husband or the partner bought your friend flowers and chocolates and whatever, and then you have a partner probably not working, and then you're gonna get there, put pressure on him. Oh, why don't you buy me this? You don't love me, whatever. And then when he dumps you because you're not understanding, you're trying to compete. Yeah. You're thinking, why doesn't anybody love me?
Yeah. Okay, so like Upahla is talking to your ancestors.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, now we're about to wrap up. So I wanted to know that like people they wanna know like Upahla is talking to your ancestors.
Yes.
How do you do it? Like
So
how do you know this candles?
Yeah. Well, Patla, it's so how do I do it? I use sage and pepper, and I would light a candle, white candle, you know,
White means
like white is peace, like it's to clear the way. So I light a candle, put sage, like pepper, and light it, and it takes knife obviously, and then you burn the pepper, and you call them. That's how they teach you. You call them. But there's something I didn't learn at initiation. It's something that I grew up with in my household, my mother doing.
so when you talk to your ancestors, you asking or you thanking or guidance.
You should always thank.
Or you pray. It's prayer or what? Like enlighten someone who doesn't know.
You should always be thankful first. Even when you pray, be thankful first for what you have. And when you do how part, be thankful of ask God to give them more strength to be able to come to you and show you more ways to guide you in life and all of that.
Okay.
So and then you can ask like give me direct. Don't ask for a Mercedes Benz obviously or a Porsche whatever.
They won't give you.
No, that's not what when you pray you ask God I want a Mercedes Benz. I mean like seriously no. Do not be greedy. I mean, you should be thankful for what you have. You should ask God for more life to be able to get the things that you want, like the Mercedes Benz, obviously, and give you guidance to buy the Mercedes Benz or whatever that you want to buy.
Okay. So usually, like in every episode, we ask our guest, what's a perfect world for you? When you say now it's a perfect world, what's a perfect world for you?
A perfect world for me is us being finally free of, we are prisoners, but we made ourselves prisoners. For me, a perfect world is being free, living for what you believe in, living for yourself, not to impress the second person, and not being under the pressures of society. In a perfect world where society understands, does not pressure you, understands you and accepts you the way you are. It does not pressure you to be somebody else. Society should be able to accept me that I don't like wearing fancy clothes and all of that. If I'm with my friends, they should understand, Mpumelelo does not wear, she just likes being simple. They should not be a place where our kids don't even know themselves. A perfect world is where we are ourselves, all of us, without any pressure and without judging each other. And that's a perfect world for me.
That's a perfect.
Yeah.
That's a perfect one. So, like, for someone who needs help from you, like guardians on this page, can you look at the camera, tell them where they can find you, how they can find you? Can look at the camera.
Well, first of all, I don't have social media. So definitely they won't find me there.
Okay.
And it's not where I'm going. So they can call me, my number, 072-821-0775. I'm always available, my number.
I'm gonna put them there on the
and then
description.
They can come to my place. Once they call me I can give them direction and my address and all that, and then
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is I know there's a lot of things we've never touched on, but maybe them, if they can put down the comments that they need a part 2, maybe we can have a part 2.
Yeah.
But thanks a lot for joining us, educating the people on traditional healing, and then Unyanga and Sangoma. And then guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for the algorithm, so that more people can watch this episode for educational purposes. And then thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Anything you want to say before we close off? That we didn't say.
Well, I would love to say, you know what? We live in a very fast-paced world, in a very, complicated world. So I would advise people in all times, in days, when you feel sad, when you feel down, the first thing you need to do is pray. Speak to God, speak to yourself before you can jump to the next person. That's what I can say to them.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mpumelelo.
Thank you.
Thank you.